Tornado Cash is a cryptocurrency tumbler that operates entirely independently on the Ethereum network. Because it completely conceals the origin of Ethereum, it has been used extensively by individuals who launder cryptocurrencies. On August 8, 2022, due to this use case involving money laundering, the United States Treasury Department decided to penalize the cryptocurrency tumbler. Welcome to Crypto News. Today, we will talk about what actually happened to Tornado Cash. Stay with us until the end of the video to learn more. Like and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button to get notified of all the latest updates. Let's jump to the topic. What exactly is this Tornado Cash? According to World Coin Stats, Tornado Cash is a cryptocurrency tumbler built on the Ethereum blockchain that is completely open source. December 2019 marked the beginning of the project, but 2020 was the year that marked the beginning of its rise to prominence. For the benefit of those who aren't aware, a cryptocurrency tumbler is a service, in this case, lines of code, that combines the Bitcoin it receives and then transfers it out. This restores the cryptocurrency's legitimacy, even though it may have been compromised. You might conceive of the practice of tumbling cryptocurrencies as the digital equivalent of money laundering. Tumbling services such as Tornado Cash are widely utilized by individuals in possession of cryptocurrency obtained through illegal means who wish to conceal the origin of the funds. Because this makes it possible for the cryptocurrency to be sold on a centralized exchange without drawing attention to itself, almost all of the Bitcoin stolen from centralized exchanges is first put through a cryptocurrency tumbler. Tornado Cash, a cryptocurrency-based privacy service, has been blacklisted by the United States Treasury Department, which prohibits individuals and organizations within the United States from interacting or conducting business with the privacy tool. The externalities that have resulted from these sanctions have already rocked Web3, compelling large institutions, such as USDC provider Circle and GitHub, to delete or freeze any assets associated with sanctioned members and putting everyone who has interacted with Tornado in a potentially precarious legal position. This sanction not only calls into question the reliability of our decentralized systems or a developer's liability in relation to open source code, but it also raises the question of whether or not the government can sanction a smart contract, which is an independent piece of code, in the same way that they would sanction an individual or an entity. This authorization marks a pivotal turning point for Web3 and open source technology in general. In this day and age, it raises serious concerns about our right to privacy as well as our freedom of speech. The legal fights that are fought and the precedents that are established as a result of those battles will be extremely significant for future decentralized technology development. Sanctions are imposed on Tornado Cash by the Treasury Department. Tornado Cash, an Ethereum-based transaction privacy service, was sanctioned by the United States Treasury Department on August 9, 2022. Additionally, the OFAC Specially Designated Nationals List, SDN, was updated to include Tornado Cash URLs and smart contract addresses, effectively blacklisting the entire tool. Tornado is a currency mixer built on smart contracts and enables users to deposit ETH anonymously and then withdraw it from another address. This provides users with the ability to maintain their total financial privacy. For instance, if you deposit 10 ETH from address A, you can withdraw that same amount of ETH using address B, C, or D, and no one would ever realize that the 10 ETH originally came from address A. In the next sections, we will dive deeper into how this operates. The United States Treasury Department justified its decision by arguing that Tornado was used for money laundering. This includes the recent hack of Axie Infinity's Ronin network, which was carried out in March and resulted in a theft of $625 million and was carried out by hackers who are known to have ties to the DPRK. According to a statement by a Treasury representative, Tornado Cash has purportedly been used to launder more than $7 billion worth of virtual currency since it was established in 2019. During the same period, nearly 3.8 million ETH was deposited, and programmers from around the world contributed to improving Tornado's code. In layman's words, the sanction stipulates that no individual or organization, whatever size, is permitted to engage in any kind of transaction on Tornado or conduct any kind of business with any addresses that have utilized Tornado to receive or deposit monies. On the other hand, a significant distinction can be drawn between this OFAC sentence and those imposed in the past. This sanction specifically specifies a group of smart contracts, in contrast to other OFAC sanctions, which are intended to target specific individuals or organizations. The power behind Tornado comes from these smart contracts, none of which have a single owner, individual custodian, or organization to handle them. On the Ethereum blockchain, these are individual chunks of code executed, and the vast majority are immutable. By its very nature, blockchain technology lends itself well to this kind of decentralization. Even if everyone who wrote or contributed to the Tornado smart contract were to vanish tomorrow, the code would continue to execute normally since it is hosted on the Ethereum virtual machine. In 2019, the first sanctions were issued against 2 Bitcoin addresses whose owners were accused of financing Iran, a nation subject to sanctions. Iran is one of the countries that have been targeted. Because there was a prohibition on conducting any kind of business with these people, their names and email addresses were disclosed, which made perfect sense. Blender.io, another virtual currency mixer, was blacklisted by OFAC in May 2022. However, Blender was a corporation that had custody of the monies belonging to its users and so had individuals who could exercise control over the service. This was, nevertheless, a punishment handed out to particular individuals. This Tornado punishment is unique because it directly aims at immutable, non-custodial smart contracts that nobody in particular manages. The operator power of the majority of the smart contracts was revoked, which means that no one may exercise control over the user cache. Aside from Tornado's URLs and approximately 45 smart contract addresses, no additional information was provided regarding whether or not the authors of those smart contracts, contributors to the open source code, or any other parties involved were also sanctioned. As a result, this sanction may be construed as a prohibition against a piece of technology rather than against a person or organization. To compare it to the most extreme example, it would be, according to Peter van Valkenburg of Coin Center, an independent nonprofit that defends the rights of those who use independent blockchain networks. This is the beginning of a very real attempt to ban open-sourced software. This is similar to how the United States government said, well, we know the North Korean terrorists use Linux, so Americans shouldn't use Linux. If you made it to the end of this video and are interested in knowing more, let us know which part of the video you liked the most in the comments section below. We will appreciate your comment and work to make a video on your desired topic with an account shout-out. Please like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to be notified of our next video. Thanks for watching.